Welcome to day 67 of your 75 days no gambling challenge. By now, you've been on this journey for over 2 months. You've faced the urge, resisted the pull, rebuilt some of your financial foundation, and learned to manage your emotions in ways you probably never thought possible. But today, we are going to go deeper than habits, strategies, or even your finances. Today, we are going to talk about something far more powerful: your identity. Who you are, the person you see when you look in the mirror, is the foundation on which every lasting change is built. The truth is, habits and strategies are temporary. They can help you survive temptation for a while, but the only way to make change permanent is to become the kind of person who doesn't need to gamble. Change your identity, and the actions follow naturally. So, I want you to take a moment to reflect. Who were you before this challenge? Who were you when gambling controlled your life? Maybe you were someone who made impulsive decisions, someone who looked for short-term thrills without thinking of the long-term consequences. Maybe you lied to yourself, to your loved ones, even to strangers, to cover up your actions. Maybe you felt powerless, frustrated, ashamed, or trapped. Now, contrast that with the person you are today, halfway through this journey. You are someone who shows up, someone who resists urges, someone who is committed to a future where you are free. Take a deep breath and let that sink in. This is you. It's not just the version of you that survived, but the version of you that is taking control, redefining who you are at your core. Today's exercise is about strengthening this identity. Start by giving yourself a clear, positive label. Say it aloud. I am disciplined. I am free. I am in control of my life. Speak it as if it's already true, because in reality it already is. You may feel doubt, and that's normal. The old identity doesn't want to let go. Your brain will fight against this new version of you because it's unfamiliar, and change always triggers resistance. But each time you repeat it, each time you journal about it, each time you act in alignment with it, you're wiring your brain to accept this new identity as real. Now, let's put this into practical terms. Identity is more than just words. It is expressed through your daily actions. Ask yourself, are my actions reflecting the person I want to become? Every choice matters, no matter how small. When you resist an urge, when you prioritize saving money instead of chasing losses, when you reach out to a supportive friend rather than isolating yourself, you are living as your new self. Every time you slip, don't punish yourself. Reflect, learn, and recommit. Strengthening your identity is not about perfection. It's about consistency, about showing up as the person you want to be again and again. I want you to take out a journal today. Write down who I was when gambling controlled me and be brutally honest. Write down every feeling, every action, every lie, every moment you felt powerless. Then, on the opposite page, write who I am becoming and describe it in detail. Include everything: your emotions, your habits, your relationships, your finances, your health. The more vivid, the better. Picture yourself waking up tomorrow as this person. What do you see? How do you feel? How do you act differently? How do you speak differently? This exercise is not just reflection. It is a declaration, a contract with yourself that you are no longer the old you. Visualization is another powerful tool for strengthening your identity. Close your eyes and imagine a day in the life of the new you. See yourself making choices with clarity, confidence, and purpose. See yourself saying no to gambling without hesitation. See yourself handling stress or boredom with healthy alternatives. Maybe exercise, journaling, creative work, or connecting with supportive people. Feel the pride that comes from acting in alignment with your values. Let yourself experience that joy, that empowerment, as if it's happening right now. This mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways that make this identity natural, automatic, and unstoppable. Now, let's talk about triggers, because they are still present, even on day 67. The old identity loved triggers. It thrived on them. But your new identity does not respond in the same way. The next time you see an ad, hear a betting conversation, or feel that urge, remind yourself, I am not that person anymore. I do not need this to feel alive. I'm in control. Repeat it as a mantra if you must. The more you defend this new identity, the stronger it becomes. Strengthening your identity is a lifelong practice. It requires daily attention, reflection, and action. You must consistently choose the person you want to be, not the impulses of the past. Here's a practical exercise you can do today. Commit to one action that your old self would never do. Maybe it's opening a bank account to save money. Maybe it's calling a loved one to apologize and reconnect. Maybe it's spending time on a hobby instead of scrolling gambling content. Choose one act that reinforces your new identity and do it deliberately. When you complete it, acknowledge yourself fully. This is the fuel that strengthens who you are. Finally, remember this. Identity change is not a one-time event. It is a process, journey, and every step you take matters. You are not just quitting gambling. You're becoming the kind of person who doesn't need it. You are reclaiming your life, your power, and your dignity. By committing to this identity today, you are creating a foundation that no temptation can shake, no loss can erode, and no external circumstance can undermine. You are not just surviving. You are thriving, evolving, and growing into a person who is free in every sense of the word. So, take a moment to breathe, reflect, and journal. Speak your new identity aloud, visualize it, and act as if it is already true. This is your superpower, the anchor that will carry you through the final days of this challenge and beyond. Remember, the person you are becoming is stronger than any urge, wiser than any temptation, and braver than any fear. Strengthen your identity today because your future self depends on it. You are free. You are powerful. You are unstoppable.